Hello, Cancers. Welcome to your December reading. Let's get started. So, you start the first week of December with the Knight of Swords. This is an air energy, so it's especially true for those of you Cancers who have your ascendant in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or your moon sign in an air sign. I see you being very determined, very ambitious. You want things to be done and you want it done fast, especially for those of you who feel this connection with this air energy, or you have a lot of air energy in your birth chart. I see this has to do with something legal, with something that you want justice to be made. Maybe you applied for something and you're waiting for a response, or maybe there is a legal matter that you are waiting to be resolved. But either way, things are going to happen fast and justice will be made. You will get what you deserve out of this situation. You just have to be a bit more patient, per se. And with the Justice card, I also see that you have this desire to work with others, to have very fair relationships in your life. You want things to be even. And for some of you, especially if you're dealing with an air sign, if you're dealing with someone that has their ascendant or their sun sign in Gemini, in Libra, or in Aquarius, you want this relationship to be very fair. You want them to treat you as equals. You want to work with them in balance, in harmony. You want the relationship, if you're dating somebody like that, or you're married to someone that has a lot of air sign, you want that relationship to be harmonious. And sometimes this person can have this tendency to be more logical and maybe not give you that attention or that affection that you Cancers need, because you're more loving and caring, and you're a water sign. You're all about emotions, or all about feelings. And this person is all about being smart, being intellectual, being practical. They're a lot in their head and you're more in your heart. So there's a need there for both of you guys to kind of find a middle ground and what's best for both of you. And the only way you can achieve that is through communication, is through expressing exactly what you want from the relationship, expecting the other person to kind of work with you and you work with them, and so you can come to this place with a Justice card when you're in harmony, in peace. That's that Libra quality, when everything is in balance and everything, and you want to make sure you don't say something hurtful, they don't say something hurtful to you. You're just both kind of working together in peace and in harmony. In the second week of December, wow, with the Nine of Swords, I do see you feeling very stressed, very anxious about something in your life. Something that is some thoughts that are keeping you up at night. And Cancers, you guys have this tendency to be very pessimistic at times. You think the worst of everything. That's the first thing you think. It's like all the worst things that can happen in a specific scenario. And I know this because my sister is a Cancer, so she's in many cases. I talk to her and I'm like, why do you have to always like go to the very extreme? Just take it one day at a time. And that would also be my advice to you, to get out of this Nine of Swords energy, which is mostly reality. Is not as bad as you might think it is, or in your head you're thinking about all these different options, and you're kind of adding to that anxiety, just because, through the law of attraction, if we are stressing ourselves out, if we have all these low vibrational thoughts, they're going to attract more of the same. So then you get trapped and you're feeling like, okay, there's no way out of this situation. No matter what I do, it's going to go the wrong way. But try to take things one day at a time, okay? That's why they say it's a present. The moment where we're living now is a present, it's a gift. So enjoy the now, enjoy the moment. The future is always uncertain, it's constantly changing, things are constantly changing. So focus on the now. Try to enjoy the moment and live in that moment and figure things out one thing at a time. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like there's so many things going on in your life, then try to kind of analyze. And this is and the solution is very perfect. It's perfect with the Hermit card. This is connected with the Virgo energy. Virgos are not so emotional, they're more analytical. So a Virgo will, if they have a lot of things to do, for example, they will write things down, what's really important to them, and they will go one by one and figure things out as they go, and prioritize. Okay, so for me, number one important thing that I have to do right now, it's school, for example, or I have to, work on my career, or I have to work on my family, or whatever it is for you. Make that a priority and focus and go one thing at a time. So it's also time to kind of go inwards, but use that time alone, not to stress. Okay, they're both alone. The Hermit is alone, and the Knight of Swords is alone. The two people are alone, but here you're allowing the thoughts to completely overwhelm you. And with the Hermit is a more meditative, relaxed energy. And especially for those of you guys who've never meditated before, it might be very overwhelming if you try the first time or the first few times, because you might have all these thoughts just kind of bombarding you at the same time. If you're quiet, you're putting your phone away, everything, and now you're like, oh my God, I didn't know I had all this stuff going on inside my head. But what's good for you to do, especially if you're a beginner in meditating and in spirituality, try to maybe listen to a guided meditation so you can stay focused, or focus on your breathing to kind of bring yourself to a relaxed state first before you start analyzing all your thoughts and let things flow. If you try to do it without any help, just by sitting there, that's not going to really be productive, and that might add more to that Nine of Swords stress. And just take it a day at a time. The more you do it, the more those thoughts are going to kind of clear themselves, and you're going to start feeling better and better. It's like, in a way, if I have to make a practical comparison, how I see meditation is like you have an email, you go to your email and you have like 10,000 emails, and you're like completely overwhelmed, like, oh my God, how am I going to figure all these things out? And then once you start going through your emails in the same way, once you start meditating, going through your thoughts, you're going to delete some of them, you're going to archive some of them, or you might put them in different folders and organize them. So the more the time goes by, the better you get at it, and then you have everything under control. You have your mind under control. You're organizing your mind. It's like giving yourself an update in a way, if that makes sense. Just to make it a little bit clear for people that might have never tried it. That's how I feel about meditation. So yeah, kind of bring that light to all that darkness, all that confusion within your head. And in the third week with the Hierophant and the King of Swords, I do see that a lot of you Cancers maybe live in very traditional or patriarchal families, or maybe you're very religious, but it's a religion that is based mainly on your family tradition, or what has been in a way forced to you from your family and from your environment. And especially with the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, I do see that a lot of you guys, especially if you have this very strong male figure in your life that can have this air element to them, so they can be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. I do see that this person is very dictatorial in a way. Like they push you to do things the right way, by the book, follow the traditions, follow the rules, follow what you have to do. And some of you Cancers, I feel like you have this desire to give to your family and make them proud of you, and and make sure that you're the best that you can be for them. But in a way, you can't really be yourself. You can't really truly be who you feel inside of you, or really trying to. Some of you maybe might not completely find yourself really at peace with this religion, or you don't really feel to connect, seem to connect with it, but you have been you have been just kind of keeping yourself within that bubble, within that structure that your family or your environment has created for you. And in the last week of December, I do see that some of you guys will actually take a turn on the way you feel about life, on the way on the things that you want to do. Maybe some of you might be having some goals for yourself in 2021. With the Hanged Man, I do see you will kind of take a step back and look at things from a different perspective. As I said, this religion or this structure that you've been in, it hasn't really been fulfilling you or making you feel like you have a purpose, or really making you feel like in harmony with yourself. So taking this time and reflecting, and maybe there's going to be a need to sacrifice some things, okay? And this can indicate sacrificing that relationship that you have with your family, kind of disappointing them, but you also have to follow what's right for you. And some of you guys might be more drawn to spirituality, maybe connecting more with crystals, or believing in astrology, or other things that make you feel better and make you feel more in peace, in harmony with yourself, and give you a higher purpose than just a very structured religion. And this can, of course, for some of you Cancers, if you feel like you don't resonate with this reading, I will also advise you to check out your ascendant sign and get a better picture. But that's what I'm feeling for you guys, this desire to break free, this desire to start fresh. And I see that with the Fool card, okay? Is that the Fool card is basically, once you have this stage of the Hanged Man, when you're meditating, you're reflecting, then you get like that lightning bulb kind of goes on, and you're like, okay, I want to be free, I want to be myself, I want the childlike innocence within me, and believe in what I want to believe, and I want to take a leap of faith, and I just see you being very optimistic about life and wanted to start a new chapter in your life. And the zero, when we're at the point zero, is basically the options are infinite. No, we have plenty of options. When we choose something, in a way, when you choose something, you have to stick to it. Now everything revolves around it, but when you decide that you're open-minded to different things, then the options are limitless. And for most of you guys, I feel like you might not just completely be ready to embrace a new religion. You just want to be more open-minded in 2021. You want to think, okay, let me just look into different things. Let me just, get more information about different cultures, about different religions, and kind of have a broad view of the world, and not confine myself so much, and that's what I'm seeing. So you're at a point where the options are limitless for you, and you can choose whatever you want, but you're not ready to choose yet. You just want to start this new journey with an open mind, and maybe even reflect and give yourself some goals, or for some of you, you might decide, okay, I've been overthinking things, let's just go a completely different route. Okay, you might go, for some of you Cancers, I feel like in the second week you might feeling like, okay, I've been overwhelming myself, all these thoughts, all these things, all these plans, rationalizing. You know what, at the end of December you might say, I'm just gonna let things happen, I'm just gonna let things flow, I'm just gonna see what happens, take things one day at a time. You might have had a lot of plans and goals in the beginning of 2020, a lot of aspirations for this year, and things completely turned around and you couldn't do most of the things that you wanted to do. So now you're like, you know what, I'm just not even gonna think it. I'm not even gonna plan it. I'm not even gonna stress myself. I'm just gonna see what happens. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. You're just gonna enjoy the moment and just kind of give yourself options to just feel free and enjoy this experience, and then from there see what happens around you. Okay. From the oracle of your life's purpose, the message is builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. It's a beautiful message, and this doesn't necessarily have to do with just building like a structure or building a house, which can be for some of you, but it also has to do with just building a foundation. Okay, and Cancers are all about their home and their family, and building a home, building a family, building a business, just creating something from scratch is your life purpose. You are a cardinal sign. You are a money sign. Okay, you are a family sign. So Cancers, you have all those characteristics to really be successful in life. If you only keep that part of feeling very pessimistic or super emotional at times under control, you have all the ingredients per se to create anything that you want, to manifest anything that you want in your life. So that's your purpose. That's your life purpose, to build something, to create something. That's what gives you that accomplishment. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be different things for different people. For some can be creating a beautiful family or having a beautiful family. For some can be creating a business or creating reputation for yourself, anything, or creating a life full of memories and joy. Anything it can be, is just that's what's going to give you that accomplishment, building and creating something. From the oracle of animals, the animal for you for this or the reptile in this case is the rattlesnake, and the message is the experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. And a lot of Cancers are psychics. You guys are you work great with children, with other people, because you're so nurturing. You can be spiritual teachers. You can have many different functions. So what I would suggest and advise you guys, for some of you, if you have been if you've accomplished something or you've been through a difficult stage in your life, try to kind of write down what helped you get through it, so you can share that with other people as well and help others and use that, fulfill that purpose of you being a healer. And a lot of successful people have gone through so many different things. That's why they write biographies and things like that, so people can, in a way, to inspire people and let them know that, okay, even though you might start from humble beginnings, so you might go through different things in life, you can still get out of it, and you can still be successful, and you can still improve the quality of your life. So that's the energy that I'm feeling. Just write things down. Make sure you have kind of, you can use that, or think to yourself, okay, how would I share this experience or this knowledge that I have within me with other people as well, so they can benefit from that. And from the oracle of love, the message is practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective, which is very true, and it's exactly the same message that comes with the Hanged Man. I love when the oracles and the tarot kind of combine the same message, because that's a great indication that the message is really strong. So practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. Don't overthink things. Look at the image. We have the symbol of this young girl, or it looks like a little child. So have that innocence within you. Have that innocence to appreciate the little things in life. Not everything has to be grandiose, or everything has to be in a large scale. We always have to have big dreams. Sometimes we have to just enjoy the beauty of a flower, the beauty of a butterfly or a little bird, and be more present. Okay, she's surrounded by nature. It looks like she has a crystal in her, around her neck. There's little animals, butterflies, flowers, little birds. So that's the message, is see things from a different perspective. If you've been too much in your head, that I see with the Nine of Swords in the second week, be more present in the moment. Look around you. What do you see? Be nature. Just try to enjoy everything, the snow, the little animals that you might see, or if you're in a place where it's still warm, look at the trees, look at the flowers, look at everything, and just breathe and be present. And this is a different perspective completely. That changes your life when you realize that we're all connected, that your problems are not as big as you think, and we're really nothing compared to the scale of the universe. So when you think in a larger scale and you realize that, okay, everything's going to be all right, things are going to continue to, the sun is going to come up tomorrow, you're still going to be okay, everything's going to be all right, then you start being more present in the moment. And even from the Oracle of Healing, beautiful message. What's going to help you heal is awareness. So I love how they're both connected so perfectly. So the healing, the Oracle of Healing, and the Oracle of Love. Here we have the symbol of a snail shell, a little baby in the middle, and then almost the whole universe, as you can see on the side. And the universe is within that shell, and the universe and the world is around it. So we have the universe within us. We are part of everything. Everything is part of us, and we're part of everything. Okay? The same laws function within us and outside of us. So this is a beautiful message, just to be aware, to be aware of yourself, to be aware of your surroundings, to appreciate even the small things that you have. This is going to help you heal. This is going to help you focus. This is going to help you live in the moment and have more joy and happiness in your life. Okay? Beautiful message. And we also have the symbol of the rainbow. Is that moment after that storm, after the storm, after that difficult weather that you can see with the Nine of Swords, the moment that you are aware, the moment that you're kind of embracing everything around you and you're living in the moment, that moment it's going to change your life. That moment is going to bring the rainbow. It's going to be like a wow moment when you're okay, now I get it, now I connect it now. And it's difficult to put into words, I think, because you have to feel it. You just have to feel it. And it has happened to me many times, and when I'm walking outside, or I'm just listening to meditative music, or sometimes not even listening to music, just focusing on the trees and focusing on little squirrels that I see around on the lake, or different birds. And there's this sense of just peace and happiness within my soul that I just can't really put into words, but it's just so relaxing. That's why I honestly feel that nature is the answer. Being in nature, being present in the moment, that's the answer to a lot of people's stress and anxiety. And trying to do that, give yourself that awareness that everything it's around you, it's within you, and you're part of it all. Wow, this is a very spiritual, very spiritual reading. From the Oracle of the Moon, the message is meditate and contemplate. Okay, new moon in Pisces. So obviously, all all the different oracles are kind of in harmony with one another. New moon, so new beginning, new start. Same thing that we see with the Fool card, starting something new, starting a new chapter. And in Pisces, of course, being spiritual, being more psychic. Some of you might have a spiritual experience. Meditate, contemplate, find a higher purpose for yourself, for your soul. This is a beautiful message. And even from the Oracle of Angels and your spirit guides, the message is Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within. So yeah, you have the magic within. You have that intuition within you. You have that. Wow, and as you can see, the pattern of the flower of life, that everything is connected, we're all connected. If something is going to shift for a lot of you Cancers, that's what I'm feeling. Something is going to shift within you that is going to make you more spiritual. You might not put it into words, so you might not want to give it a name or categorize yourself, but you're just going to feel something different within yourself. Maybe some of you might have like a moment, like a very spiritual moment that you feel connected, or you have a vision or something of that sort. But something will shift in the way you feel and you perceive the world. So unlock the magic within, okay, and embrace it. A lot of Cancers are very intuitive, and some of you guys, I feel like you're kind of scared to kind of just embrace that feeling, embrace that energy. If you feel the energies around you of other people, of other objects, of animals, just embrace that and try to find peace within that. Don't be scared of it. And a crystal that will help you during this time to kind of find that that harmony and the balance within yourself is the Brandenburg Amethyst. So this is basically a mixture of an amethyst crystal with a clear quartz and a smoky quartz. Okay, so it's a 3-in-1, and the energy is much more powerful and much more strong. It helps you from negative vibrations. It has that powerful master healing energy of the clear quartz, and also all the amazing properties of the amethyst, opening your third eye, making you more aware, more conscious, helping you with peace and tranquility. It helps you heal past traumas and heal your heart, especially anything that has to do with your emotions and your heart, which will be very, very beneficial for Cancers. And great crystal for just meditating with, especially if you've started a spiritual journey and you want to heal your past and you want to open a new chapter in your life and look towards the future with a different awareness and a higher perspective. Great crystal for that. And the last message is from the Oracle of Money and the Law of Attraction. It says, nothing is more important than what I feel good. Whenever you are feeling less than good, if you will stop and say, nothing is more important than that I feel good, I want to find a reason now to feel good, you will find an improved thought. Anytime you feel negative emotions, you are in the mode of resisting something that you want. And that resistance takes its toll on you. It takes its toll on you, on your physical body, and it takes a toll on the amount of wonderful things that you are allowing to come into your existence. So beautiful, strong message. So nothing is more important than when you feel good. Making yourself a priority. And I'm feeling very strongly that that's one of the things that you will change during during 2021. You're not going to make others a priority anymore. You're going to make yourself a priority. And I don't think that's selfish, because if you're in peace and harmony with yourself, you're also giving the best of you to other people as well. So if everybody would to do that, if everybody would to focus on themselves, on their happiness, being the best version they can be of themselves, and being peaceful and serene within themselves, then they will give a better version to others as well, and be more loving and caring to others as well. If you, for someone, and I'm going to give you an example, you guys. If you're waking up one day and things are not right, you're not feeling okay, something happened, you had an issue with your car, you're late for work, you've been arguing with your loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it might be, and if somebody meets you for the first time during that time, they're probably not going to have the best impression of you, because you're not giving that best impression forward, because you're so irritating, you have all these things going on at the same time. But if you have a wonderful day and everything is good, and you're focused on yourself, and you're in harmony and peace with yourself, then and somebody meets you during that time, they will be like, wow, you're an amazing human being. Especially Cancers, because you guys are very moody at times. You kind of go with that flow of the moon, and you tend to be very moody. So if you are happy and in a good space, you're a wonderful person to be around. But at times, if you're grumpy or you're not having a good day, then it can really be difficult to get along with you. So make yourself a priority during 2021. If you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like you're having a bad day, just stop and tell yourself, okay, I need to put myself in a better mood right now. The first thing you can do, or the easiest thing you can do, is maybe listen to your favorite song, dance to it, listen to something funny, something that always makes you funny. Call somebody call a person that you know they're gonna have a joke, or they're gonna lift up your mood. Just do anything that makes you feel better at that time. Don't let that energy linger within yourself. Don't let that stress linger. And this is strongly connected even with the Nine of Swords. Be aware of your body, be aware of your feelings, because that affects you. Especially Cancers, you guys tend to even overeat when you're stressed out. You tend to overeat, you tend to just do things out of the impulse, and that creates some issues there. So you're an emotional eater for some, or you might not even eat enough or really take care of yourself. So make your health, make yourself a priority, okay? And always be aware if your mood is changing, if your emotions are changing and are turning negative. Always try to keep that vibration high, so you can attract more good and positive things in your life. Okay, my friends, this is all the messages that I have for you. I hope you enjoy your holidays with your families. I wish you health, happiness, and a great new year. Thank you so much for all the love and the support you've given me during this month in 2020. Love you all, appreciate you. Many blessings to all of you, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.